Okay, jumping right into the video, I have 91 white beads and 51 gray, but if you want it to look like that one, you're going to need 91 gray and 51 white, 12 for whatever color you want to use for the eyes, and then 3 beads for the black beads. And I have about 2 arm lengths worth of string, and I like to use a needle. So to start off, I put 2 beads on each part of the string. I have it doubled over. I don't know if I said that. I'm sorry, this is my first time making this tutorial. And then I continue this process until I make it to the end, which will have 2 beads. And I show you as I put the beads on, like what pattern it needs to be in. So I have everything really sped up. It was a 30-minute clip. I don't have much to say. So whenever I'm tying my knots, I will take the string and I loop it through twice and then pull it as tight as I can, and then I'll do it a second time just to be extra secure. This is me tying my needle on. I prefer to use my needle, but you don't need to. So starting off with the bottom, you can see me going through and putting the beads on. So first thing you're going to do is put it through the bead facing the bottom, which is going to be the side that has the 2 white beads further apart, not close together up at the top. And then you just continue through. You'll see a few spots where I will loop it back through and around things so that it comes out the bead the right way. I had a few of those spots slow down, so it should hopefully help. And I have everything slowed down for the ears and everything. It's not all this fast. So at this point, I'm just feeding it through the beads like I was just talking about to get it facing out the right way. I mean, you can just go through and have the string on the outside, but I prefer to have it more hidden, so I will go through to get it the correct way. I don't know how else to explain it. I will have the pattern I used for this linked in the description, so that should hopefully help. Some tips I have for starting off with spaghetti stitches is whenever you're doing this, start with the biggest part of the stitch and then try and have equal halves on each side unless it's uneven. So whatever side you know that you're going to need less for, put less on that side, and whatever side you need to use more for, use more string on that side. So this is me comparing the sides, and as we continue to go through, I just work it through a few beads so that I can pull it tight, and then I will tie it off. And what I do to tie it off is I will put the needle through just like that, and then I make that loop again, and then I feed my needle through twice, pull it as tight as I can, and then do it again just so that it's extra secure. I like things to be like really tight, but of course you can make yours more loose. My original one is much looser than this one was. So here's one of the more slowed down parts where you can just watch me feeding the string and needle through. It's super simple. It's not too hard to do. If I need to make another tutorial, just let me know. I'm making this by request for a comment on my Totoro short. So I thought it'd be fun in person because I'm also out of grace, basically. Yeah. Anyways, I'll let you watch the video for now. we should be starting around the eyes right now. Yeah, that's what the clear beads are for. So I just continue through and doing everything like normal. I'm following my pattern and the other Totoro I have made. I I really hope this isn't confusing. I just continue through following the pattern, and once we get to the ears, there's a little bit more of maneuvering, and I think I overcomplicate it sometimes, and you can see that with the second ear. It was much easier for me to do than the first ear. The first ear, I looped through everything like a whole lot. Um, I'm pretty new to making candy, but I think it's a lot of fun. Just yapping the yap at this point, but Um, I think just like yeah, I have a few cuts where I just finish up the rows, and this is right about where I start with the ears. Yeah, so I'm gonna start on the first ear now, and then yeah, you can see it starting to go through and stuff. You want the middle to be 3 beads tall, and each of the sides will be three beads tall off of the eyes. And to get back through, basically what I did was I fed it through the ear, so you'll see me go through like 3 of the beads, just to get back down and over to the other ear. But yeah, that's about it. I hope this wasn't confusing, and thank you for watching. About here is the time off. At the very end, there will be a comparison with the original one, but it's not too bad. Yeah, enjoy. Enjoy your Totoro.